We speak all the time about how this is the cigarette for our generation.
Who's gonna go first? Me.
Well, I like my iPad, my phone, my Nintendo, my TV.
There is so much pressure to be the perfect everything.
We know so little about its long-term effects and what it does.
The most harmful possible thing that you can give to a child is a device that can quantify their worth through likes and comments.
Every little piece of yourself can be searched and judged. My name is Emmy Kim. I am from Los Angeles, California, and I do stage management. The first thing we do when we leave class is, do I have my phone? It's not like, do I have my backpack? I've watched a kid walk out of a classroom with their phone, but not their backpack. Like, we don't care about our bags, we care about this. You're on Zoom, you're doing homework, it's on the computer. You gotta take a picture of your homework, your cell phone's in your hand. So you open it and what's there? Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, it's all on there. It's one click away. If I shut off my phone and I leave it, if a friend texts me and something's wrong, I can't be there. I have to keep my phone on because it's the only way I can communicate with people. Okay, whoa, your hair's floofy, okay. This is the only thing that holds who I am in this world. I like to think of the way that I approach social media in the way that I would approach like a school test, right? I do my best. I don't know all the answers. I definitely didn't study all the way, but I know enough that I think I'll be fine. So I answer what I can, I circle C when I don't know, I leave things blank if I don't get it, and I just submit it and I hope for the best.
I'm Gisela de Leon. I am 10 years old, and I like technology a lot because I get to do like a lot of things on there. I get to call my friends. I get to watch videos, play games. Like me, I don't like to read books a lot. Sometimes I can just pull it up on my iPad or phone, and I can just read it there.
You have a lot of homework?
No.
Did you do any of your homework at the Boys and Girls Club? Or do you did TikToks?
Maybe that option. maybe. You don't know, maybe.
I figured.
My name is Emma Lemke. I am a 19-year-old from Birmingham, Alabama, a first year at Washington University in St. Louis. My first memories of social media, I initially got it in, 6th or 7th grade. I was one of the last of my friend groups to get it, specifically looking at like Instagram. That was the main app that I had my heart set on. But that allure and that kind of like magnetism really started to wear down and wear off as my mental health began to just completely fall apart. I was a young female going through social media when I was developing my self-image and my body standards for myself. It completely altered the future trajectory of the way that I viewed myself. I was spending 4 to 5 hours on these apps daily, just scrolling mindlessly when I could have been with my family or friends or studying or doing something productive. As a young teen going onto the platform, I've been harmed because I felt more depressed when I was on it. I think for teens, this harm is manifesting, especially in the mental realm, because it also is just altering our reality. The most harmful possible thing that you can give to a child, in my opinion, is a device that can quantify their worth through likes and comments. It truly is perpetuating a reality that cannot be attained. Well, what do you do when you live in a world and you expect to attain realities that can never be attained? That just is setting up a generation for failure, when in reality, there is no failure. You're just stuck in a false reality.
I love that, like, we're just screaming at each other. Oh, jeez, okay. Is that close? Yep. Efficiency, okay.
Yes, efficient.
Oh my gosh, we did it. Oh, wait, that worked better than I thought it would. Nice!
Yeah.
Ow! It feels weird to me that, like, all of our announcements for, like, school and stuff, like clubs and just general, like, hey, you now have to wear, like, medical grade masks is, like, all I found out through Instagram.
Yeah. Like, they expect you to have a social media, or they expect all the high school kids to have a social media, and they're like, oh, this is how we reach them.
Yeah.
It's like they're this thing.
You miss out almost. Like, you are missing jokes. Like, people kind of, they look at you really weird when you say that you don't have a certain, like, when I tell people I don't have Twitter, they're like,
Yeah, like, you don't have to, or people are like, oh yeah, give me your Snapchat, and I'm like, actually, I don't use Snapchat, and they're like, why not? They
It's
always
always
ask
the
why
why
not.
not.
Yeah, they're always like, why not?
Yeah, it's never like
Yeah. It's never like they're finding a solution around it or anything. They're always like, oh,
it's never like,
why don't you
okay,
get one?
what's your phone number? I didn't have Instagram for a while, and then I miss out on a bunch of things. I miss school assignments. I miss school events. I miss like my friends, like what is important in their lives. And just because to me social media isn't like a necessity doesn't mean that it's not a key part of the people around me's lives.
Put some on your finger and put it all over your face. Oh, his face. That made noise.
I have to use my pinky for this. Just so that I don't know what you're doing right now.
I'm trying to have it come out, not in my mouth.
Guys, I'm doing it.
I'll hold it. Hold these. Once I start using it, I lose track of time and just keep scrolling.
Well, it's not it's not an iPad, it's a tablet.
I don't know how many hours, but it's a long time.
The car ride into Nicki Minaj.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. It's gonna be the best game ever. Where did you go?
So when you go, let me see.
Make sure you don't fall. Do you wanna make a TikTok?
Sure, but
I don't know. Okay. Who's gonna go first? Me or you?
Me. I like my iPad, my phone, my Nintendo, my TV. But I asked my mom, like, can I just take a break? It hurts my eyes.
My friend, he said to me, you know, I get stuck in these cycles. Like, it just keeps playing. I see the next video, it keeps going and going. And obviously that's such an ingenious thing to employ within an algorithm because it maximizes attention. Like, it doesn't make me want to get off. If the next video is just going to play, if I wait for a few seconds, it will start and I will get hooked in. The issue with that is, one, it's maximizing young people's attention. It's, again, promoting that sense of this never-ending scroll, like gambling and like the slot machine. But also, I think what it does is it makes it so much easier to promote content to its users that can be possibly harmful. For instance, this has happened to me where I looked up something like how to have the best possible workout routine. And I watched that video, and the auto scroll will give me another eating video or another workout video. That can be incredibly detrimental and can lead to eating disorders. That can lead to depression, anxiety, increased suicide rates. Again, not saying that that is instantly what's going to happen, but the harms are out there if you allow for apps and you allow for these companies to just consistently keep you looped in.
How is it that you like stay safe? Like, what do you do to prevent like creepers or anybody like talking to you or getting to your account, or even hackers getting into your account?
What I do is I don't read my private chats.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Though one day, when I had gotten hacked, some dude asked me to be his girlfriend.
What?
And when I found out, I said, no, I can't do this. I was hacked. I'm sorry. And I said, bye-bye. So I unfriended him in case of anything.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, if they're just saying hello, I talk to them, There's a friendly conversation. But once it starts going to that stuff, bye-bye.
And you block them.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what did happen to my friend actually? One day we were playing Adopt Me, and we had went to the little pet shop, and it was just her and that random dude. He took off her clothes, but it just shows nothing. It just shows blank skin. It would have that, pero you don't see that. You see just skin. If that wasn't there, you just see the skin. He was getting really close to her, on top of her avatar, so she just left the game quickly. I kid you not, she left the game in 5 seconds. Not even 1 second. Yeah. Honestly, now I know to stay away from them. I don't tell people my address or where I live. So I got some safety precautions.
Good night.
I think social media pins kids up against each other a lot more than we have to.
Back a little more. Brighten it to 50.
Follower counts, like numbers, the number of people you are following is a big deal. I did not know that until recently.
Can we brighten the lights on the curtain?
Posting your schedule, posting your workout routine, your skincare, the clothes that you wear. Every little piece of yourself can be searched and judged.
Can we change the purples to match the blues?
The fact that it's so easy to see what you have and what I don't, and what he has and what they don't, every part of your life becomes a competition.
Why did you say the blues looked like that?
It makes you feel like you'll never be enough. I think there's a big sense of searching for validation.
The blue and purple that we were looking at and the white.
When I was younger, I wanted to pursue acting and dance and music. I did not end up doing that because my body does not fit that visual. Does the little kid in me still crave to be on stage? Absolutely. Do I suck it up and sit in the back? Absolutely. There is so much pressure to be the perfect everything that you can't stop to acknowledge that everyone is flawed. And it feels like you're the only one that's flawed.
Alex, I'm gonna take the floor spot because that is my favorite, and Maya, you get bed. I get bed? Yeah, I know, you get mega bed. No, you get to be in my desk.
About the attention economy. I feel like parents and adults really need to understand that it's not the kids, it's not the teenagers that are stuck on their phone all day. It's the algorithm and the neuromarketing and all these things that are meant for us to stay on it all day. And they shouldn't be blaming us, they should be trying to help us.
But also listening to us, because that's what makes me mad. I'm look, we need to be taken seriously to an extent, because we're the experts in the field in this in a weird way.
I think there's an educational disconnect between those who are designing the platforms and those that are consuming them. And that's what worries me the most. How scarily addictive these platforms can be, and that it's not our fault. Like that was something I blame myself for a really long time.
It's almost like cigarettes. Like there was a long period of time where cigarettes were a big part of popular culture. It's in my mind, it's the exact same thing for social media. It's this super new, cultural phenomenon that has snuck its way into so much of our lives, but we know so little about its long-term effects and what it does.
Yeah, because it's evolving so quickly.
And that's kind of what makes it dangerous, and that's why people need to pay more attention.
Like the long-term studies, you need so many years to be able to get data. That's why cigarettes, it came 20 years later, 30 years later, being like, oh my gosh, look at these negative effects.
We know what the short-term effects of social media are. We see how so many people have been impacted by these individual platforms. I don't think that we need to wait 30, 40 years. I think we're seeing it now.
So as a teen and as a member of Gen Z, I feel like a generation that is very hyper-focused on advocacy and change and breaking systems in place and rebuilding. Social media has caused me anxiety, and it's affected so many kids in negative ways, but how can we gain from it?
There she is. Hold on, I can't hear you. There we go. Okay.
Hi, how are you doing?
I have not seen you in your dorm in so long. The Log Off movement started as a youth movement by teens for teens, largely hyper-focused on providing that space for conversation, to talk about the multifaceted nature and to promote the healthier usage of it.
She said having a ton of emails, a ton of phone calls, letter writing, which could be a cool thing for us to think about.
Oh, wait, that'd be such a cool campaign, because then we can be like, get off your phone, write a letter. Oh, okay, hold on, I'm writing that down.
Nothing is black and white. As an individual, I can gain and I can both lose from being on these apps. To me, doesn't imply just completely remove yourself. That's an extreme response. For some people, it might work. But on a societal scale, that's not possible, because we are so ingrained in this technological universe. We all understand that there is no going back.
Right now, I'm just setting up the tabling before we get kind of the big midday rush. I'm gonna be collecting stories and testimonials from WashU students, or trying to at least. There we go. Do either of y'all want a piece of chocolate or to talk about social media?
I'm okay.
Oh, thank you. Do you know anything about REM?
A lot of times teens are portrayed as these passive victims, just like screenagers, always on their phones. But I think a lot of teens are getting fed up with what is happening. We're getting fed up with the fact that we have to promote our lives constantly on these apps.
So if I could change one thing, I wish there would be easier ways to access fact checking.
Especially in your middle school years and your high school years, they get you attached and addicted so fast.
The main things that really cause the problem is their algorithms, the way that the computers are set up, they want you to keep coming back.
We really just wanted for teens to become empowered, to affect change in their community, and to push for Log Off to become this, more widespread movement.
When COVID happened, I'm asleep. I know a lot of kids spent their time at home to strengthen their social media presence. Do you need help with anything? Yes, please. Circle. Got it. And now that, we're busy again with school and with extracurriculars and just life in general.
So 25.
People still put in that same time, but 7 hours when you're always at home is different from 7 hours when you're also going to school and going to work and doing college applications and taking care of siblings.
I
I think that should be enough. Make sure you have a spot for your counterpart. Bingo. I love you. I love you. Somebody have an iPhone that is willing to FaceTime Julian so we can sit in.
How are you feeling? Okay, good.
I transferred schools in January of 2020. Less than 3 months later, everyone was sent home. And I went from the kid getting lost on campus trying to find room 303 to the kid laying in bed, logging onto Zoom, not even caring about school. I had just fully given up. I only really had the names of kids in my classes. So I would go to Instagram and I would search their first and last name. And I would just follow everybody. Just to be like, hey, I do exist here. You haven't seen me. I was so desperate to have somebody to be like, you're new? Cool, I got you. I had to try everything. I had to try everything.
Good work today. Did you take a pizza? I didn't want.
I originally joined the movement just to kind of do like writing and do little stuff, and Emma immediately was like, you need a director position. Like, you are someone that has enough leadership that I can trust with that, and I know you would do well. So I had interest in LGBTQ+, and so I took it and I've been working on it ever since. Going from someone who was struggling with social media to being someone who helps mentor people, it's definitely a crazy step that I didn't think I would take. Without Emma, I would not have done this.
Yes, it is. Thank you.
Emma Lemke is on a mission. She wants to get teens and tech companies to pay more attention to the harm that social media can cause.
One of the best things that came out of COVID was the reprioritization of human connection and the understanding that no matter what you do, no matter how many connections you make on social media, it will never be the same as talking and meeting with someone in person.
We need to have conversations regarding healthier usage.
I love this mission. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
No other generation, no other category or group of people can say, other than members of Gen Z, I grew up having a phone in my hand when I was younger. Technology is baked into the DNA of our generation.
I don't think that there could be a direct finish line, but if we can reach a point where people don't feel unsafe online, I think we could call it a job well done.